There's nothing worse than not having a fucking clue what to eat to lose fat. I mean, everyone knows the basics: fruit, veg, fucking muck. But I suppose where people struggle is just knowing how to structure their diet in a way that they don't have to eat like a rabbit, but they can still lose body fat. And a lot of the people that we work with anyways, or I work with, is office workers. And so I've built this meal plan example going through like the day in the life of an office worker. So I think if you're someone that works from home or work in an office, or to be honest, any kind of desk job, I think that you will find this incredibly useful. Because to be fully honest with you, if you don't have clarity over exactly what you're going to eat to start losing fat, you'll try and make some half-arsed changes to maybe breakfasts or dinners. You'll question in the back of your head whether or not it's worth the effort because you're not sure if it's the right changes. And within a couple of days, you'll lose motivation to stick to it because it was way more convenient to just stick with what you were doing before. The fear a lot of people have is just wasting a shit ton of time, putting in loads of effort into their nutrition and getting nothing back from it. So by the end of this video, that's basically not going to happen to you. Now, a small disclaimer here: if you live outside of Ireland and the UK, it will be more difficult to adapt to this, but it's still possible. You guys just have a harder time getting in some fucking protein. You need to get more cows or something like that. Ireland has too many. Let's get into it. The reason I'm making this video is that I'm incredibly lazy and I didn't come up with this just for the YouTube video, I'll be honest. I make meal plan examples like this for clients all the time. You can see a few examples here, and I've just taken this example from a recent person I'm working with that they work in an office job. But I thought it would be a good opportunity to use them as an example for you to learn something from them. Does that make sense? English has fucking left the chat here, but you know what I mean. Now, the reason this meal plan works is because it gets it right in the calorie and protein department. Those two things are far more important than overall food quality, timing, supplements, the exercises you do in the gym, when it comes to fat loss. Without consuming less calories than you burn off, you're not going to make any progress. And without consuming enough protein, a lot of the weight that you lose can sometimes come from muscle, and you want the weight to come from fat so that you actually look better as you lose the weight. There is a difference between fat loss and weight loss at the end of the day. So this is exactly what I would eat if I commuted into an office every day for work in Ireland, because I've used some Irish examples here, or to be honest, even if I worked from home, which I do, and I've actually eaten this. Disclaimer, it's not a perfect day of eating. As I said, it literally includes a fucking Bueno bar. I've optimized it to make it as easy as possible for you to be above average with your nutrition and lose fat over time. Maybe so you can fit back into your old clothes again and finally feel good in a suit or a dress or whatever the fuck a kilt if you're from Scotland. Bonus disclaimer, is that even a thing? Everyone will need a different amount of calories and protein to lose weight. This is just an example, don't take it too literally. You can modify this if you need less calories to lose weight. First one here is breakfast. Protein Greek yogurt. I meant to actually type in there low fat Greek yogurt. I'm going to change that. You might ask, Barry, why can't I just use my own fucking peasant yogurt? And the reason for that is that Greek yogurt has more protein. So in 200 grams of this down here, there is about 20 grams of protein, and the other 20 grams of protein comes from the scoop of whey protein. So you're getting a double whammy. You're getting it from both sides. Raspberries, now you don't have to have raspberries. It's like a fucking placeholder fruit. They're just the one that I like to use because they're very tasty and you can have a fuck ton of them for very, very little calories. This should fill you up until lunch. I probably should have reordered these here, but it's standard procedure for anyone that works in an office to have usually at least 3 coffees a day. The recommendation here is that you just don't get the big fucking dessert coffees from Starbucks. They're not coffees. They're like fucking meals. Some of those coffees in Starbucks with the cream and everything added, you could have like 2.5 of these breakfasts for the equivalent of that coffee. So just get that into your skull. And then depending on whatever order you want to have this in, you might have the lunch before the coffees or after. I don't really care. It's up to you. In Ireland, we have these Fit Foods meals, which are absolutely amazing. I've opened up a tab here to go through them. Not sure if you have them in the UK. Hopefully at some point they'll be in the US, up the food standard. But a lot of these are very low calories with high protein, which makes them ideal. And yeah, they're processed. They're in a packet. There may be something in them to make sure that they don't go fucking blue mold before you buy them out of the shop, but they're not going to kill you. Most people can't get like protein and calories like this within a meal they try to make themselves. They just fill it with fucking mayonnaise or like Irish crumbed ham, and they end up going overboard. If you have to choose between getting a processed meal that's more on target with nutrition or making a meal yourself that's not processed, even though you probably use ingredients that were processed anyways, just buy one of these instead. You're making your life easier and you're doing better with nutrition. This one in particular has 429 calories and 49 grams of protein. If you've managed to make a meal that can hit 49 grams of protein or more with that amount of calories at home for lunch or dinner, let me know, because that would be impressive. You usually don't find numbers like this in a pre-made meal. This is fucking cutting edge technology. It's only been around the past 5 or 6 years. And then a Rice Krispie Rice Krispie Squares bar. 90 calories the whole fucking bar. There's a good bit of eating in it. It's like a brick of Rice Krispies for anyone that hasn't tried them before. Very, very tasty. Scrolling down here, then we have our quick dinner that you should be able to make in like 10 minutes. You can have the chicken breast cooked here beforehand, or you can kind of buy it pre-packaged if you want. I actually recommend just cooking your own here. You'll save a bit of money while you're at it. But something to keep an eye on here is the portion sizes. A lot of people just get the fucking farts of a chicken fillet. They're not that big. You need to be either going to the butcher and asking for the bigger chicken fillets, or finding a place that sells the bigger ones. And yes, they'll be more expensive, but it's actually usually cheaper per weight than what you're paying if you just grab a random one out of the refrigerator aisle in Tesco. One of the bigger reasons people struggle with their protein at the end of the day is they just don't have big portion sizes of the protein fucking element in the meal. For snacks, I included a Kinder Bueno bar for no other reason, to be honest, other than I can, and they taste nice. They are the best chocolate bar in existence, alongside the Dairy Milk Caramel bar. They're kind of like equals. For the final snack of the day, then, we have a cheese toasty. 17 grams of protein, at least. A lot of like 2 slices of bread, you usually have 9 grams of protein, sometimes 10, and then 5 per cheese slice. So a lot of the times you're actually going to get over 20 grams of protein in one of these as well. The totals then come to 1820 calories with 162 grams of protein. I've had people tell me it wasn't possible to get over 120 grams of protein with 1800 calories. So to see 160 here, hopefully that gets something through your fucking skull. By the way, I know I showed you these ones earlier. If you're someone that's really struggling to lose fat at the moment and you want to feel good in your clothes again, if you would like to work with me or my partner Tegan, we are taking on people one-to-one at the moment. You can just click the link in the application form below in this video and you'll be able to apply, and we'll generally reach out within 24 hours. You will also find the link below if you just want to grab the document of this meal plan and, I don't know, print it out, put it on your fridge, and when your friends come over, say, look what fucking Barry's bod showed me. Isn't he great? Go and follow him. I heard he eats your biscuits if you don't follow him, so you fucking hurry up with that. Now, it's all good and well following this meal plan and being able to lose fat, but it's not really something you'd stick to if you had like nights out, or if you were on the pints with the lads or the women or the dogs. So I've made this slightly unhinged meal plan here called the Goblin Mode meal plan. I've made a full video breaking down how you might stick to high protein and low calories on a night out. I'm quite impressed with this. I think it's less than 2,000 calories and over 120 grams of protein, maybe more. So you can click, I'll put a box here where you can find that video if you want to watch that. Now subscribe or I'll eat your fucking biscuits.